Hi everyone, it's been a while since I've done a tutorial video. I've been pretty busy on other projects, which is really cool, but I've sort of neglected this channel a little bit, and I sort of feel bad that I've neglected it, so I'm going to try and start doing a few more tutorial videos, and I want to start off with a really quick one today. The last tutorial video I did was on the Singleton Pattern, which I'm using less and less, but I still think is really useful, and I got some good feedback last time that said the way I'd implement it was probably not very good, and I don't want to give bad advice. Obviously, I'm still learning, and as I learn things and learn how to do them better, I'm going to update my tutorials. I'm just going to show everyone how to use the Singleton the new Singleton code that I've written for this tutorial. I'm not actually going to go and write it. I've got a text version of this that I'll link in the description, and I think that's probably all you'll need to get going. But I just want to show people how to use it in case they don't understand it from the text version. So I've just got a simple scene here. I've just got a empty game object that holds all my managers, and I've just got a script called game manager that's just going to look after my game. Obviously I'll only ever need one game manager, which is why I want it to be a singleton. I've then got a player. This player is going to need to get something from the game manager at some point and has a player script attached to it. That will be the one that's going to access the singleton, and that's basically my scene. So I'm just going to quickly show you the Singleton script. I'm not going to go through it. This is the script here. Basically have three different functions that we can access in the singleton. We can register a singleton, we can unregister the singleton, and we can obviously get an instance of a singleton. So I'm registering and unregistering singletons like you would with delegates if you watched one of my previous tutorials, and that's just to make sure that we never have a disabled script acting as a singleton, because we can't access disabled scripts and that would be a bit weird. So if we go over to our game manager, the first thing we want to do is we want to register our singleton. So we say singleton service. We want to register a singleton instance, and what is the instance? It's this script. Pretty easy. And then for the singleton service, we also want to unregister this instance as well. So what this is going to do now, whenever the script is enabled, so when the game starts, this script will be enabled. It will register this specific code, or this specific instance of the class, as in the one attached to this manager. It will register it as a singleton. So whenever I want to access it, it will access this one. If I try to add multiple game managers, I will get an error. So if I run this now, my code just works, nothing's changed. Just to show you, a singleton can only be in the game once. That's the whole point. We only want one instance of this object. As I now have one on my main camera and on the manager's object, I've got an invalid operation saying a singleton of this type has already been registered. So that just lets me know, okay, I can only have one in the scene, which is the whole point. And now it works. Similarly, you'll see I got an error saying that I was removing an instance that didn't exist. You can only register once, and therefore you can only unregister once as well. Okay, so this class is now registered as a singleton, and I could have a public string called value, and it's got a value of some value. So let's say for some reason I want to access this string from the game manager and perhaps do something with it. This isn't a great way to do it, but regardless, I could now say on update, I might say var manager equals singleton service dot get singleton of type game manager. So we do need to specify the type of the singleton we want. So that's our manager, and then I might just say debug.log manager.value. So in every frame I'm going to get the singleton, which obviously this is not well optimized, and I wouldn't suggest you do this at all. Maybe cache the manager somewhere, but this is basically going to say get the manager, which is a singleton, which is why we're going to access it through the singleton service and get its value. And now when I play this scene, I'm just printing out some value every frame, and it's just ticking up here. Obviously this is not a great way to access the game manager's string, I'd suggest using like a decentralized message service or something else. Um, but sometimes I found it necessary that I have to access a game manager to do a certain thing, that I can't really get around it in any other way. And a singleton's the quickest and easiest way to do it. So that's how you set it up. You take your whatever you want to be the singleton and you register it in onEnable and you unregister it in onDisable. You then access the singleton by calling the singleton service, saying get singleton, and then passing in the type of the singleton you want, and then you have access to all its public methods, its public variables, and stuff like that. So that's how you set up the Singleton service, and again, if you would like this code, you can check my blog post, which will be linked below, that will give you all that information. Thanks for watching.